All right, Tyler, good to have you after a strong weekend for you and for the entire Gamecock program. First, let's talk about you individually. 400-meter time, I believe, at 56:93, which is a fantastic time that leads the nation after 2 weeks. And I know it's early, and the goal is simply just to get to regionals and then to make nationals after that. But for a week at least, it has to feel pretty darn good to look at that leaderboard for the 400 hurdles, see your name at the top of it.
I mean, absolutely. It's an amazing feeling, one, because I'm only a .3 away from my PR, so to open up that fast is actually really exciting. And when you look at the competitors that are in the nation, especially on the east side of the country, you know, we're pretty stacked in that event, so it's exciting to be able to lead the country for 2 weeks, you know, going in Florida relays. It's really, it's a confidence booster.
I ask every athlete this when we get them in early in the season and you've already put up a great time or a big mark. You got to have a number in the back of your head that you think you can get to if everything shakes out well and you stay healthy and the training goes well. So do you have that number? Even though what you've got right now is #1 in the country, you know you can go faster and get that PR. So what is that goal that you've got as far as kind of long-term plans in that event?
Well, long term, this might sound a little outlandish, but I'm looking to run 52 over hurdles. So whatever it takes to get there is what I'm going to do. I know that might not be a realistic goal in terms of finishing that in a year, but I think I can achieve it. So that's the goal, 52.88.
There you go. You know, one of the goals that the program has had for a long time is having that new facility. And last week it really came to fruition with the Weems Baskin Invitational. As a fifth-year senior and someone who was here for the old track and here for the old Weems Baskin Invitational, then went a couple years without a home facility, and now has one of the finest outdoor tracks in the entire world. What did it mean to you, not just you competing, but also watching the events on Friday and what was going on Saturday with the full house? As a Gamecock and as a Gamecock veteran, what does it mean to you to have that facility to compete on?
Well, I mean, it's exciting. I'm both an athlete and a fan of, you know, Gamecock country. So to be able to come out and see other people enjoy our sport and even other sports competing at the same time as us, they finished their events and they came and they came out to support. It was an amazing feeling to be able to host a track meet, knowing that we've kind of been shuffling around from place to place, you know, trying to make success happen under adversity. So being able to practice on the best facility in the country, in my opinion, it's an amazing feeling, and I'm super stoked for SECs. I know we're going to put some crazy times out there.
No question about it. I want to go back to one thing you said. You mentioned other athletes finishing up their sports and coming to watch you guys compete at home, and certainly department-wide, it's an exciting time to be a Gamecock. Men's and women's basketball in the Final Four. Softball's having a great season. Swimming just had their best finish at the NCAA championships in 3 decades. You guys had 8 All-Americans at NCAAs and a brand new track. From an athletic standpoint, do you guys feed off of each other? You and the basketball players, the swimmers, the other student athletes? I know you see each other a lot, whether it's in the Doty or the cafeteria, at each other's events. How do you feed off of that energy that's going on really department-wise right now?
I think department-wise, it's pure momentum. You know, if you see someone else doing great, it makes you want to push yourself and be a better competitor for that. I think that watching someone else win gives me the drive and gives me the motivation to want to push forward and be better in my sport, so we can brag about it to each other. You know, you don't want to lose in your sport and
sure.
someone else wins. So I guess from that standpoint, it just makes you want to be a better athlete and go out and support other people.
Last one for you, Tyler. Florida Relays coming up this weekend. Coach Fry, every time we have him in every single week, he says that each of these regular season meets is a building block and a way to prepare for your ultimate goals, which of course come at SECs and regionals and nationals. So how do you plan on using this weekend in Gainesville to continue reaching your goals in the postseason?
Well, the beauty about running in Gainesville is that it always rains. So like South Carolina, you know, the weather is a little shifty, and
sure.
I think that being able to compete under those conditions well will, I guess, propel me forward going into the rest of the season. If you can run in the rain, you can run in the snow, you can run in the sun. So I guess that's ultimately what I'm going to be looking forward to, being able to adjust to the conditions and move forward.
Well, listen, Tyler, congratulations on what you've accomplished so far. It's cool to see both you and Josh #1 in the country in your events, and best of luck this weekend and going forward.
All right, thank you.